creeping thick across the diner glass. I'm sitting in the corner booth watching the morning pass. It's the fourth Thursday of November. The wind is biting cold, and I'm feeling every single day 30 years too old. The waitress brings a porcelain mug and fills it to the brim. She doesn't say happy holiday, she knows my chances are slim. She just gives a sympathetic nod and leaves the check behind, leaving me alone with a bitter harvest of my mind. And I'm drinking black coffee in the last diner in town, watching the snow and my heavy regrets falling down. Outside the window, the world is gathering in grace, while I'm sitting here staring at an empty vinyl space. There's a turkey in the oven at 100 different homes, where the prodigals and wanderers don't have to be alone. But I burned the only bridges that could ever bring me round. So I'm spending my Thanksgiving in the last diner in town. Diner in town. A station wagon pulls up to the icy curb outside. Three kids in heavy winter coats jump out with nowhere to hide. They're laughing in the freezing air, their breath is turning white, and a father wraps his arms around a mother holding tight. He pulls the diner door wide open, a bell rings through the air. They slide into a booth across the room without a single care. I watch him pour the syrup for a little girl in pink, and the crushing weight of what I lost is too damn heavy to think. So I keep drinking black coffee in the last diner in town, watching the snow and my heavy regrets falling down. Outside the window, the world is gathering in grace, while I'm sitting here staring at an empty vinyl space. There's a turkey in the oven at 100 different homes, where the prodigals and wanderers don't have to be alone. But I burned the only bridges that could ever bring me round. So I'm spending my Thanksgiving in the last diner in town. Diner in town. I remember carving up the bird back in 1993. I remember when the only thing they wanted was to sit upon my knee. But the bottle was my master and the anger was my friend. I traded every ounce of love for a road without an end. Now I'm looking through this dirty glass like a prisoner in a cell, watching heaven happen right across the street from my own hell. I'd give every single drop of blood left beating in my chest, just to be a father for a day and put this ghost to rest. different homes, where the prodigals and wanderers don't have to be alone. But I burned the only bridges that could ever bring me round. So I spent my Thanksgiving in the last diner in town. Yeah, the last diner in town. Keep the change, Mary. Tell your kids you love them today. Don't end up like the man in the corner booth. A final resonating chord from the pool-kid guitar. The sound of a diner door open, a small brass bell ringing brightly, and then the door swinging shut. The music fades completely into the sound of an icy winter wind howling in the distance, ending in total silence. The floorboards are cold, the midnight is deep. Another long hour where I just cannot sleep. I reach for the handle on the bedside stand and pull the brass knob with a trembling hand. Right next to a Bible that I rarely read lies the very last thing that made my heart bleed. It's a piece of white parchment folded in three, final goodbye that you handed to me. I open it up, careful not to tear the crease, looking for a ghost, looking for a little piece. There's nothing but tear stains on the ink, a river of blue where I sit and I sink. The words that you wrote are all bleeding away, washed out by the sorrow I cry every day. I've held it so often, I've wept over the line, trying to punish myself for the crime. But the saltwater fell and it ruined the page, a decade of grief and a decade of age. Now I can't even read the last thing you had to think, 'cause there's nothing but tear stains on the ink. Sitting on the table by your empty wooden chair. 10 years ago the letters were sharp and so clear, spelling out the reasons why you couldn't stay here. You wrote about my anger, my whiskey, my pride. You wrote about the lonely woman dying inside. I memorized the paragraphs, the pain in your hand. But a broken old memory is a house built on sand. So I pull it out nightly to stare at the proof, but my own bitter crying is destroying the truth. And there's nothing but tear stains on the ink, a river of blue where I sit and I sink. The words that you wrote are all bleeding away, washed out by the sorrow I cry every day. I've held it so often, I've wept over the lines, trying to punish myself for the crimes. But the saltwater fell and it ruined the page, a decade of grief and a decade of age. Now I can't even read the last thing you had to think, 'cause there's nothing but tear stains on the ink. Yeah. You signed your sweet name before you stepped off the stage. Did you say that you loved me? Did you say fairly well? I can't my own damn morning is erasing the rest. It's all washed away, just a blue blur on a yellow page. I'm so sorry, darling, I couldn't even keep your goodbye safe, just tear stains and the ink. The paper is fragile, it's wearing so thin, almost as worn as the shape that I'm in. I trace the blue smudges with a calloused old thumb, waiting for the morning light to finally come. I carefully fold it and I put it away, to break my own heart on another new day. Just staring at tear stains on the ink, a river of blue where I sit and I sink. The words that you wrote are all bleeding away, washed out by the sorrow I cry every day. I've held it so often, I've wept all the lines, trying to punish myself for the crimes, but the salt water fell and it ruined the page. A decade of grief and a decade of age. Now I can't even read the last thing you had to think, there's nothing but tear stains on the ink. Yeah, it's all washed away, just a blue blur on a yellow page. I'm so sorry, darling, couldn't even keep your goodbye safe, just tear stains in the ink. In the ink. Otter creaks upon this weathered porch, a fading pine, watching the silver frost creep up the property line. The golden stalks are shivering beneath the morning chill, as the freezing breath of late November rolls across the hill. I pull this woven blanket up around my aching chest, watching Mother Nature finally lay her weary bones to rest. The green is turning brittle, the earth is turning hard, and a heavy holy quiet settles down upon the yard. I take a slow sip of my coffee, feeling every aching joint, knowing that this journey has finally reached its breaking point. And I'm breathing in the last breath of summer in the air, watching all the willow trees standing stripped and bare. The harvest has been gathered, the fields are turning gray, and the winter of my own life is just a stepping stone away. I ain't fighting off the cold, I ain't running from the night, just waiting on the snow to make this broken valley white. Yeah, the sun is dipping low and my working days are done, just an old man making peace with the setting of the sun. Yeah, I remember when the springtime was running heavy in my veins, when I thought I could outmuscle all the thunder and the rains. I worked this heavy acreage till my hands were split and bled, built a life out of the dirt to keep my family fed. But the seasons turn so quickly when you're looking at the ground, and before you know it, autumn leaves are falling all around. Now my hands are constantly shaking and my eyes are going dim, just a solitary leaf left hanging on a dying limb. I've buried all my loved ones, I've said all my goodbyes, now I'm just staring at the skyline, waiting on the prize, breathing in the last breath of summer in the air, watching all the willow trees standing stripped and bare. The harvest has been gathered, the fields are turning gray, and the winter of my own life is just a stepping stone away. I ain't fighting off the cold, I ain't running from the night, just waiting on the snow to make this broken valley white. Yeah, the sun is dipping low and my working days are done, just an old man making peace with the setting of the sun. There's a beauty in the dying if you look at it just right, a peaceful surrender to the coming of the night. The earth has got to sleep before it ever wakes again, and I'm just a weary traveler reaching for the end. I made my peace with God, I paid the heavy debts I owe, so let the north wind holler and let the freezing river flow. I ain't holding on to nothing, I'm letting go of every fear, I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be at the closing of the year. Yeah, the cold feels real nice. I'm ready now. I can hear you calling, darling, I'm finally coming home. Just close my eyes and let the winter in. A vinyl incredibly warm and resolving chord rings out from the acoustic guitar. It holds for a long moment. The sun is sinking lower in the pale and heavy sky. I watch a single sparrow spread his little wings and fly. I close my heavy eyelids and I take a shallow breath. There ain't no panic in my chest as I'm waiting on my death. I lived a lot of lifetimes in the span of 80 years. I drowned in all the whiskey and I washed in all the tears. But the road is finally ending, right where it all began. Just dust returning to the dust, according to the plan. Breathing in the last breath of summer in the air, watching all the willow trees standing. The silver chain is tarnished from the sweat upon my skin. It hides beneath my collar where the memories begin. It's been exactly 30 years since I held your fragile hand, since the angels came and took away the best part of this man. I wake up in the morning and the meadow's freezing cold. Just a tiny simple circle made of 14-karat gold. But as the morning wears on, it warms up to my chest, a quiet constant beating from the girl that I love best. I press my calloused fingers to the center of my shirt, just to make sure it's still there, just to anchor down the hurt. It's a ring I kept on a silver chain, a brilliant little diamond holding 30 years of rain. It used to rest upon your finger, now it's resting on my heart, a desperate heavy anchor keeping me from falling apart. The world thinks I've moved on, that the tears have finally wept, but underneath this faded shirt, there's a ring I kept. I bought it in a pawn shop back in 1969. I promised I would upgrade when the money crossed the line, but you told me not to bother, said the gold was pure and true, and the only thing of value was a lifetime spent with you. I remember the machinery and the beeping in the room when the doctor pulled the curtain and delivered us the doom. I slid it off your finger just before you slipped away, and I threaded it upon this chain that very same damn day. I haven't taken it off once, not to shower, not to sleep. It's the only sacred promise that this broken man could keep. It's a ring I kept on a silver chain, a brilliant little diamond holding 30 years of rain. It used to rest upon your finger, now it's resting on my heart, a desperate heavy anchor keeping me from falling apart. that the tears have finally wept. But underneath this faded shirt, there's a ring I kept. My children tell me, Daddy, you should put that in a box. Lock it in the bedroom drawer behind the heavy locks. They say I need to let you go. They say I need to heal. But they don't know the comfort of this gold against the steel. Of a chest that stopped its beating on the day you close your eyes. This ring is the only truth I have in a world of passing lies. When the nights are long and lonely and I'm staring at the ceiling, this little band of yellow gold is the only thing I'm feeling. Yeah, I still got it, darling, right here over my heart. It's warm now, I'll be bringing it back to you real soon. Just a ring I kept. Oh. I'm looking in the mirror at a man who's growing gray. I know I'm walking closer to the end of my own day. I told the local undertaker exactly what to do when the Lord decides it's time for me to come back home to you. I told him not to touch the chain, don't take it off my neck. Just leave it resting right exactly on this broken wreck. Cause when I cross the river and I stand before your light, I'm gonna place it back upon your hand and finally make it right. Oh, this ring I kept on a silver chain, a brilliant little diamond holding 30 years of rain. It used to rest upon your finger, now it's resting on my heart. A desperate heavy anchor keeping me from falling apart. The world thinks I moved on, that the tears have finally wept. But underneath this faded shirt, there's a ring I kept. Still got it, darling, right here over my heart. It's warm now. White lines are blurred ghosts in the rain. 18 wheels of thunder pulling a heavy chain. The dashboard is glowing a pale shade of green. Just me and the diesel and the ghosts in the machine. The radio is crackling through the midnight static hits. A phantom station playing songs about the things you miss. I'm staring down the barrel of an endless interstate, running from the devil, but I'm running way too late. I passed the county line about 3 hours ago, and the heavy weight of sorrow is starting to show. 'Cause I'm hauling 1,000 miles of regret, driving past the only home that I ain't forgotten yet, gripping this steering wheel in the cold and bitter sweat, trading in salvation for 1,000 miles of regret. Yeah, I saw the exit sign, but I couldn't hit the brake. And now I'm paying out the toll for my worst mistake. Just a drifter in the dark, trying to outrun the day, carrying 1,000 miles of regret. I saw the rusted water tower fading in the rearview glass. I told myself to gear it down, but my foot just found the gas. I pictured her sleeping with the porch light left on, waiting for a cowboy who belongs out in the dawn. And I convinced myself the highway was the only place to be, that I was born a rolling stone, wild and proudly free. But the truth is I was terrified to knock upon her door, to look her in the eyes and tell her I couldn't run no more. So I blew right past the overpass and let the engine roar. Now I'm hauling 1,000 miles of regret, driving past the only home that I ain't forgotten yet, gripping this steering wheel in a cold and bitter sweat, trading in salvation for 1,000 miles of regret. Yeah, I saw the exit sign, but I couldn't hit the brake. And now I'm paying out the toll for my worst mistake. Just a drifter in the dark, trying to outrun the day, carrying 1,000 miles of regret. The sky is bleeding purple as the morning starts to break. Another cup of black coffee just to keep my eyes awake. I could find a turnaround, I could park this big rig south, but the taste of bitter cowardice is heavy in my mouth. She probably woke up early, saw the fresh tracks in the rain, and knew this restless rambling man had broken her again. So I keep the hammer down until I reach the other coast. Just a lonely gear jammer haunted by a hometown ghost, falling 1,000 miles of regret, driving past the only home that I ain't forgotten yet, gripping this steering wheel in a cold 1,000 miles of white lines are blurred. Grandfather clock just struck his heavy 3, and there ain't a single soul in this house but me. The moon is throwing shadows through the window blind, tracing out the wreckage that I left behind. I threw the covers off an hour or 2 ago, started walking down the hallway, deliberate and slow. I thought the quiet of the night would finally bring me peace, but the memories in this timber absolutely won't release. Every step I take stirs up the dust upon the pine, and wakes the sleeping ghost I used to call mine. And I'm haunted by the creaking of these old floorboards, like a choir of the damned striking minor chords. Every groan of the wood is a footstep on the stair, tricking my tired mind into thinking you're still there. I swear I hear my daughter running down the hall. I swear I hear my wife whispering through the drywall, but it's just the winter wind in a house that's settling down. The cruelest kind of symphony in this lonely, empty town. I pause outside the door of what used to be her room, staring at the painted white trim glowing in the gloom. If I close my eyes and hold my breath, the silence starts to bend, and I hear the bedtime stories that I promised wouldn't end. I move into the kitchen, lean against the counter stone, where the ice maker drops and chills me to the bone. Sounds just like the clinking of her spoon against her cup, back when she still had the patience to try and wake me up. I drove them all away with my temper and my pride. Now I'm trapped inside this prison where there's nowhere left to hide. And I'm haunted by the creaking of these old floorboards, like a choir of the damned striking minor chords. Every groan of the wood is a footstep on the stair, tricking my tired mind into thinking you're still there. I swear I hear my daughter running down the hall. I swear I hear my wife whispering through the drywall, but it's just the winter wind in a house that's settling down. The cruelest kind of a symphony in this lonely, empty town. Try to drown it out with the turning of a fan. I turn the radio dial just as high as I can, but the house keeps on talking. The nails begin to whine, a constant heavy reminder of the moment I crossed the line. I built this place by hand, I hammered every single beam, and now it's just a skeleton of a dead and broken dream. Yeah, a man can build a house, but a house ain't a home when you fill it full of anger and you're pacing it alone. Try to drown it out with the turning of a fan. I turn the radio dial just as high as I can, but the house keeps on talking. The nails begin to whine, a constant heavy reminder of the moment I crossed the line. I built this place by hand, I hammered every single beam, and now it's just a skeleton of a dead and broken dream. Yeah, a man can build a house, but a house ain't a home when you fill it full of anger and you're pacing it alone. And I'm haunted by the creaking of these old floorboards, like a choir of the damned striking minor chords. Every groan of the wood is a footstep on the stair. The iron gates of the county yard, rusting at the hinge. I make this walk every Tuesday as the evening shadows binge, past the marble angels and the well-kept beds of flowers, down to the forgotten corner where the weeping willow towers. The weeds had grown tangled round a simple slab of gray, where they laid a troubled boy to rest upon a rainy day. I dropped down to my aching knees and brushed the dirt aside, tracing out the letters of the name you couldn't hide. I pulled a glass flask from my coat, wiped the sweat right off my brow, knowing guess my empty promises were never quite enough. You went searching for a father in the darkness of the street and found a crooked highway that knocked you off your feet. Now the only way I know to share a quiet drink with you is pouring bourbon on the headstone while the sky turns bruised and blue. They said you're in with outlaws, said you learned to draw a gun, that you were just a reckless, wild and broken mother's son. But I know the heavy truth that the judge could never see. The demons that you wrestled with, you inherited from me. When you were drawing Texas, I was drawing out a tab. When you were needing guidance, I was paying for a cab. I left you with my temper and a last name cursed with pride. And I wasn't in the courtroom on the day you were denied. I built the very road that led you straight into this ground, and I wasn't even there to hear the gavel coming down. So I pour in bourbon on the headstone, watching the amber run, a bit of burning offering for a lost and wayward son. I couldn't be an anchor when the waters got too rough. I guess my empty promises were never quite enough. You went searching for a father in the darkness of the street and found a crooked highway that knocked you off your feet. Now the only way I know to share a quiet drink with you is pouring bourbon on the headstone while the sky turns bruised and blue. Yeah, I'm so sorry, boy. I should have been there. I should have been a man. I'll see you next week. I'll bring the good stuff. Rest easy now. Is finally empty and the granite stained and wet. I trace the years you lived against, the lifetime I regret. The sun is dipping out of sight, the evening air is cold. You'll forever be a young man while I'm just growing old. I slowly push up to my feet and put my hat back on my head, of my heart, sleeping with the dead, just pouring bourbon on the headstone, watching the amber run, a bit of burning offering for a lost and wayward son. I couldn't be an anchor when the waters got too rough. I guess my empty promises were drink with you is pouring bourbon on my headstone while the sky turns bruised and blue. Yeah, I'm so sorry, boy. I should have been there. I should have been a man. I'll see you next week. I'll bring the good stuff. Rest easy now. The fluorescent bulbs are buzzing on the third floor of this hall. I've been pacing out the distance from the window to the wall. There's a smell of bleach and coffee and the ticking of a clock. Every time the double doors swing open, my whole system takes a shock. I got grease beneath my fingernails and dirt upon my boots. I'm a man who spent a lifetime pulling up his own damn roots. I always thought that I was strong enough to face down any storm, but this plastic waiting room chair is the only thing keeping me warm. I look up at the ceiling tile and I swallow down my pride, knowing I can't fix the broken thing that's bleeding out inside. And I'm choking on a prayer I never said with 100,000 regrets spinning heavy in my head. I know I've been a sinner, I know I've walked away. I cursed your holy name on my very darkest day. I ain't got the right to ask you for a favor or a grace. I ain't never paid my tithes or stepped inside your holy place. But if you got a miracle you're willing just to lend, I'm begging you to save her, 'cause I can't lose my best friend. I remember Sunday mornings, I'd be sleeping off the ride, while the church bells in the valley echoed up into the sky. I thought religion was a crutch for men who couldn't stand alone. I trusted in my calloused hands and the muscles in my bones, but my hands can't stop the bleeding and my muscles cannot heal the terrifying, helpless ache that I am forced to feel. The doctor wouldn't look me in the eye when he walked past. He just said it's in the hands of God and the sands are falling fast. So here I am, a hypocrite, completely broken down, the most desperate, defeated and terrified man in this town, choking on a prayer I never said with 100,000 regrets spinning heavy in my head. I know I've been a sinner, I know I've walked away. I cursed your holy name on my very darkest day. I ain't got the right to ask you for a favor or a grace. I ain't never paid my tithes or stepped inside your holy place. But if you got a miracle you're willing just to lend, I'm begging you to save her, 'cause I can't lose my best friend. So I'm dropping to my knees right on this cold linoleum floor. I'm burying my face inside my hands and begging at your door. Lord, if you need a payment, if somebody has to go, take me instead, I'm ready. Send me down to down below. I've lived a selfish, bitter life, I've got nothing left to give, but she's got a heart of pure gold. You have got to let her live. Please God, don't take her from me. Don't let her fade away. Got a folded map of Texas stained with coffee and blood. I drag this heavy canvas coat through 1,000 miles of mud. I sit down by the firelight and I pull it from my vest. The brass is worn and heavy from beating against my chest. I pop the rusted silver catch and look beneath the glass, watching old shadows flicker as the midnight hours pass. The needle just keeps spinning, drifting blindly left and right. A cruel and jagged metaphor for the story of my life. I'm looking for a bearing, just a line to lead me home. But I'm stranded in the Badlands, condemned to walk alone. 'Cause I'm a compass with no north, spinning in the dark, a hollowed out drifter with a heavy rusted heart. Since the day the angels took you and they laid you in the earth, I forgot the way to righteousness, I forgot what I was worth. I'm wandering through the shadows, from the desert to the shore, desperately trying to find the man I was before. But the needle's broken off and the devil's keeping score, and a compass with no north can't find its way home anymore. I used to know the difference between the wrong and the right, when I had you beside me in the dead of the night. You were the steady gravity that kept me on the ground, the only piece of heaven that this sinner ever found. But the sickness came so sudden, and the fever took you fast, and every ounce of faith I had was buried in the past. I traded in my Bible for a silver-plated coat. I numbed the screaming silence with the lightning and the jolt. I started taking what I wanted, let the anger take the wheel. 'Cause when you lose your guiding light, you forget robbed the innocent of peace. I've burned the bridges down. I'm a wanted man with a heavy price in every border town. When the magnet loses polarity, the ship is bound to sink. I'm just standing on the edge of the abyss, trying not to think. Yeah, I'm crying out for mercy to a sky that doesn't care. A desperately broken man screaming in the empty The embers are dying down, the cold is creeping in. I rub the tarnished metal case with my callous, trembling skin. I point my boots toward the west, or maybe it's the east. It doesn't really matter to a wandering, starving beast. I guess I'll keep on riding till the bullet finds my chest, and pray the Lord has mercy when they lay me down to rest. Just a compass with no north, spinning in the dark, a hollowed out drifter with a heavy rusted heart. Since the day the angels took you and they laid you in the earth, I forgot the way to righteousness, I forgot what I was worth. I'm wandering through the shadows, from the desert to the shore. The dashboard lights are burning, the sickly shade of green. I'm pushing this old engine past the red line of the screen. The county sign went flashing by 100 miles ago, but the heavy creeping darkness just continues to grow. I grip the steering wheel until my knuckles turn to bone. Out here on the midnight blacktop, absolutely on my own. I roll the window down to let the freezing wind rush in, trying to blow away the heavy, suffocating stench of sin. But a cold sweat keeps on dripping right down into my eyes as the engine eats the highway under starless empty skies. Cause I got ghosts in the rear view, riding in the dust, chasing down a broken man who shattered every trust. You can burn a tank of gas, you can drive until you sweat, but a man can't ever outrun the sins he hasn't paid for yet. I'm staring in the mirror in the dead of the night, terrified the judgment is pulling in aside. Yeah, the tires are screaming, but I can't shake the view of the demons and the ghosts in the rear I left an envelope of cash upon the kitchen table. I left my family crying just as long as they were able. I packed a canvas duffel bag and slipped out the back door, a coward sneaking quietly across the hardwood floor. I thought if I could hit the coast and find a different name, I could wash away the ashes and extinguish out the flame. But every set of headlights coming up around the bend feels exactly like the devil coming down to make an end. I check the side mirror, then I check the middle glass, watching all my darkest secrets gaining on me fast. Yeah, I got ghosts in the rear view, riding in the dust, chasing down a broken man who shattered every trust. You can burn a tank of gas, you can drive until you sweat, but a man can't ever outrun the sins he hasn't paid for yet. I'm staring in the mirror in the dead of the night, terrified the judgment is pulling in the side. Yeah, the tires are screaming, but I can't shake the view of the demons and the ghosts in the rear view. I can paint this rusty truck, I can lose the license plates, I can drive across the borders of a dozen different states, but the shadows in the backseat are whispering my name. They're laughing at the foolishness of trying to escape the blame. The guilty conscience travels faster than a V8 Ford. You can't outdrive the heavy swinging gavel of the Lord. I'm a prisoner of the highway, I'm a captive to the road, collapsing underneath the weight of this unbearable load. you just can't run. You can't run, you just can't run. The sun is gonna rise soon upon the desert floor, but the daylight doesn't offer any mercy anymore. I pull into a truck stop just to splash my haggard face, but the bathroom mirror shows a man who's fallen out of grace. I can run until my legs give out, or drive until I